Will joining the military teach you how to fight? Let's find out.
If I could remember all the reasons why I started this, pocket full of seeds, but can't remember where the garden is. But soon as I find it, best believe that I'll be raising trees.
What up guys, welcome to Combatives. Today's video is going to be totally different than most of the videos you've seen so far. I thought we'd have a little heart-to-heart and have a little talk. If you know and you've seen the other videos, you know that Combatives' primary focus is based on combat fitness. This channel was created for combat athletes, anybody who partakes in combat sports like MMA or boxing, people in the military, combat athletes who are in the military, police officers involved in law enforcement, or even first responders. Now guys, there's a number of reasons why I decided to create this channel, but one of the main reasons is that I've been lucky enough in my own life to have experience in most of these different fields, and I've been able to see firsthand the type of training that goes into each one of these disciplines, whether it be MMA, boxing, Muay Thai, to being in the military, to being a personal trainer and falling in love with that. All these things are my passion and I really enjoy each one of them. So I wanted to make a channel dedicated to all combat athletes. A channel that encompasses all of this and puts it together and provides you guys with information, training, motivation. Now guys, this channel is not meant to be about me. This is for you and trying to deliver the best content possible. That being said, I will use my own experience, the knowledge that I do have to try to provide you guys with the best information. So in this video, I wanted to address a question that I see out there a lot. People asking if joining the military will teach them how to fight, or will joining the military teach them some sort of hand-to-hand combat, some sort of martial art, or what everybody pretty much wants to know is, will joining make me a badass? So let me just start off by saying joining the military is a big decision. Don't just base it off one factor. Don't just base it off of, well, I want to join because I want to learn how to fight. Make sure that you actually make a smart decision. Make sure that you're joining because you have a number of reasons, or make sure it's something that you really want to do. Okay guys, let's get into answering your question. Will the military teach you hand-to-hand combat? To answer your question, it all depends on what branch you join. So we're going to look at the four major branches. We got the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marine Corps. So the way we're going to break this down is we're going to start from the branch that shows you the least amount of hand-to-hand combat to the branch that shows you the most amount of hand-to-hand combat in basic training. Now the reason I say in basic training is because in most branches, once you're done with basic training, there's always some sort of advanced course or some sort of different class you can take to learn different techniques, whether it's hand-to-hand combat, close quarter combat. So the first branch we're going to talk about is the Navy. Sorry guys, if you're in the Navy or you're planning on going in the Navy, you're not going to get any hand-to-hand combat in your basic training. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. If I am wrong, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know, share a link, share the information so that everybody else can have it. Now, this isn't to hate on the Navy, because to be honest guys, and this isn't just in the Navy, it's in all the branches, hand-to-hand combat, there's not a lot of emphasis put on it, because nowadays, the likelihood of you actually confronting an enemy hand-to-hand is like, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's really, really minimal. So it's even more minimal in the Navy, right? Because they're on ships, they're in jets and planes. So the Navy, we can't blame them for not showing their guys hand-to-hand combat in basic. If you are in the Navy and you are interested in learning hand-to-hand combat, there are opportunities. Actually, a lot of Navy units end up getting attached to Marine Corps units because, well, the Marine Corps is a department of the Navy. Sorry, I felt like I was going to throw up a little bit there, but in all seriousness, guys, there are some opportunities for you to learn hand-to-hand combat in the Navy. Like I said, if you get attached to a Marine unit, a lot of times the Marines do their own hand-to-hand combat training, so you'll have the opportunity to train with them. So let's get to the next one, the Air Force. Air Force, guys, Air Force. So for a long time, the Air Force didn't teach hand-to-hand combat in what they call BMT or basic military training. But I believe as of 2008, they've started to implement hand-to-hand combat in their BMT, in their basic training. And I think it's actually called Air Force Ground Combatives. And it's loosely based on Army Combatives, which we'll get into later. But pretty much it's a grappling style, chokes, holds, how to escape those different chokes and holds. You will learn a little bit of that in basic training. And then I know for sure that once you get out of basic training, there's different courses. One of them is called like Advanced Contingency Combatives Training. So there's different courses that you can take. Now that being said, I don't know what the requirements are for you being able to go to those courses, if it's a requirement to attain a certain rank, or if you can only go at a certain rank, or if you need to have a certain job to be able to do that. But I do know for a fact that they have a hand-to-hand combat system in place, and that if you're in the Air Force, you have the opportunity to train. Okay, number 3 is Army of One, or Army, be all you can be. Army Strong. Army Strong. Yeah. All joking aside, guys, the Army does have a really great program. It's called Army Combatives, and it was originally based around Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Over the years, it's evolved into a more MMA style, a more mixed martial arts where they combine a bunch of different disciplines into one. And so if you're in the Army, you will get that type of training. And the Army's actually done something pretty cool, and they put together a tournament, which they call the Army Combatives Tournament, where they kind of break up the different disciplines. There's like a full MMA, like they have the whole cage set up. They have one where it's kind of like pancreation. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like MMA, but it's open palm strikes. So they have a lot of different disciplines that they teach, and there's a whole tournament where soldiers go and they compete against one another, which I think is great because it puts those soldiers in real life situations, full contact, and it builds confidence in your hand-to-hand combat techniques. And actually, I went to a jiu-jitsu school where they were certified to show some Army combative techniques, and so we got taught those techniques, we learned them, and they were actually really good, really functional, guys. So if you're in the Army, during basic training, you will learn some of these techniques. And again, just like with most of all the other branches, you'll have the opportunity after basic training to go on to a more advanced course and to go to different classes. I'll be leaving information that I found and the links down in the description box so you guys can click on that and follow it and read up more on it. So if you're in between branches and you're not sure which one you want to go to, but hand-to-hand combat is important to you, or you want to go somewhere where you're going to be able to learn it, then the Army might not be a bad choice for you. Last but not least, the Marine Corps. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Oh great, a jarhead is going to talk to us and get to brag about the Marine Corps and say how it's the best. Guys, honestly, all bias aside, the Marine Corps has the most extensive hand-to-hand combat martial arts program in place, and it's actually called MCMAP, Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. And this gets taught to every Marine. You'll start to learn this in basic training. The Marine Corps Martial Art Program has an entire belt system, somewhat like a traditional martial art, where you start off at a tan belt, you go up to a green, to a gray, to a brown, to a black, and so on and so on. You can even earn stripes on your black belt. Now, in order to get, I think, a second or a third stripe, you have to actually have a black belt in some other civilian type discipline, whether that be jiu-jitsu or taekwondo or whatever it is. So yes, guys, in basic training for the Marine Corps, you will learn hand-to-hand combat and you will get your tan belt. Getting a tan belt in MCMAP is nothing to brag about. It just means that you were able to follow instructions without pissing anybody off too much. You're not going to be able to walk down the street and like kick everyone's ass or kill somebody with one finger, which for some reason people always say that, like, oh, I heard you guys learn techniques to kill people with one finger. That's not the case, guys. You're gonna learn a basic front kick, a basic punch, a basic round kick, a basic choke, and even that, there won't be enough repetition or enough time for you to become proficient. The Marine Corps Martial Art Program is designed to maim or kill your opponent, so it's something that you wouldn't use as a combat sport. Now, once you're out of basic training, you will more than likely do more MCMAP. Actually, if you're in the infantry, if you're an 0311 and infantry is your job, I believe once you're done with SOI, School of Infantry, you automatically become a green belt. Now, in other units, you'll usually have somebody that's the designated MCMAP instructor. Sometimes even for physical training, you guys will do MCMAP, or you guys will set up the dojo, which just means you guys make a big circle and you guys practice your moves on each other. You guys just pretty much fight each other. Now, in order to be an instructor and show MCMAP to other Marines, you actually have to go through what they call MACE, which is the Martial Arts Center of Excellence. The reason that I'm saying it's the most comprehensive and most extensive is that it not only focuses on hand-to-hand combat, closed fists and kicks, but it also focuses on fighting with edge weapons, disarming somebody with a firearm, using a bayonet. So it's a whole complete system. Now, MCMAP can draw a lot of criticism, even from Marines. Now, when you're learning the basic techniques from tan belt to green belt, you're not going to be able to effectively implement those techniques out in the street or be able to properly defend yourself. Hand-to-hand combat's not something to be taken lightly, and it does take a lot of time to learn. Whew! Okay, that was a lot of talking, guys. I hope I was able to shed some light on some of the different hand-to-hand combat programs that are out there in the military. Just so you guys know, like I mentioned, hand-to-hand combat in today's military does tend to get pushed to the back a little bit. That's not to say that there aren't any Marines or any soldiers or any airmen or anyone in the Navy who haven't had to use their hand-to-hand combat techniques in modern warfare or in recent times. But a lot of times in the military, the hand-to-hand combat training is meant to instill that level of aggression, to instill confidence, to instill discipline. Okay guys, so we finally finished all that, and I know I made some jokes about all the other branches. It's all in good fun. Most of the branches say that Marines are dumb and we're not smart, but out of all the 5 branches, out of the 4 branches, if you guys are looking for hand-to-hand combat, the Marine Corps is the way to go. That being said, that doesn't mean that you're going to go into the Marine Corps and you are going to 100% learn all these hand-to-hand combat techniques. The best advice I can give you if you're in the military or you're thinking about joining the military is to go out, find a civilian school, find a jiu-jitsu school, find a Muay Thai school, find an MMA school. If you do it before the military, it's only going to give you an edge. If you do it in conjunction with your military training, again, you're only going to get better. You're only going to learn more technique. Guys, I hope that video was informative. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you guys are interested in workouts, watch the other videos, visit vactivefit.com. If you guys have any other questions related to the military, to combat fitness, to fitness in general, to training, go ahead and leave them down below. I will answer you guys. If I have enough questions, I'll make another video. The next video that's coming up on the channel, we're going to be talking to different strength and conditioning coaches. We're going to be getting their approach, getting their style. So don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. It helps out a lot. Vactive Fit, train with purpose.
Keeps ticking, the world keeps burning, my click stay winning, the world keeps turning, my eyesight blurry, my inner vision clear though, feeling like a hero but the villain's not a clear foe. Maybe it was me who needs to change some things, money and the glory and the power that the paper brings. Maybe there was more to being king than just creative schemes, music, money, meditation, these are just my favorite things. If I could remember all the reasons why I started